Alright, quick, you know what? Turns out the bet was reasonably set there. Turns out the bet was reasonably set. We have not had a dream run so far. We're gonna get there, though. I mean, we're only half an hour in, dude. That's crazy. Probably just throw a quick restart on that one. Donkey dunk. Donkey dunk. More Caves Gaming, my favorite level. Man. This guy's stuck in, like, the year 2013. This is called the Caverns. It's not called the Caves. They're two highly different biomes. I don't know what the difference between caves and caverns are. In my head, I'm like, caverns are more linked than caves, I suppose. Oh, wait, this is the dwelling. Yeah, because people are living in here. Amidst all the moles. This is where people dwell. Tell you what, you know what? If they put this place in Vancouver, it'd be, you know, you know what I mean? $1.2 million on Zillow. If you know what I mean, man. What's up with that? You know, dude, what's up with that? You ever just think about, like you look at something and you're like, what the heck? What's your favorite album of 2020? I think much like 2019, 2018, 2017, and 2016, I listened to no new albums this year except for Neil Cicierga's new album, which you know, you could count it if you want, but I really don't want to be one of those guys who's like, oh, album of the year? The only album I listen to, of course. In 2015, I did listen to an album that came out in that year. It was To Pimp a Butterfly. And then it was so good that I was like, I don't need to do that ever again, because it's just going to disappoint me. What's my album of the year for 2020, though? Like, if you were to look at the most listened to albums of mine this year, it's number 1, Steely Dan Asia from 1977. Number 2, the original cast recording of the Hamilton soundtrack. So I'm officially like 1 billion years old. Or I'm I've realized now the only person that has the same listening taste to me, there's like 2 archetypes. There is a middle-aged dad, and then there is like a 13-year-old drama kid who only listens to stuff that their middle-aged dad recommends to them. Those are the 2 potential options. My sister's the same age as you and has the same taste. You come by it honestly, man. I listen to weird stuff. Like, I'm not anti-weird music. For many people, Steely Dan is weird music. I know that sounds like, oh, but Steely Dan couldn't hold a candle to the esotericness of 100 gex. But, like, Steely Dan, like, the songs are more than 3 minutes long, which for a certain subset of the population is like, what? Dude, I'm not Woody, dude. Dude, this isn't school. Anyway. Donkey dunk. I didn't ring the bell, but I'm not using my last rope to get up. I apologize. Is your favorite song still that really long song by Yes? It's up there for sure. I mean, Close to the Edge by Yes is like... You could really replace, like, probably, like... It's like one of those things where you don't need, like, 5 entire genres of music if you just listen to that song. And, by the way, if you put in the whole album, you could pretty much discount, like, any music. Like, you could just listen to that. Like, that's like an all-in-one solution to have good taste. I'm ready. What a throw. What a dunk. How double jump the turkey? Not much, brother. How double jump the turkey with you? Yet Roundabout is a meme, but is also a great song. It is simultaneously a meme and then a great song. The other thing I love about Yes is that, and I was never like a prog guy. I always assumed that prog guys were kind of like cryptocurrency evangelists. Is like once they get into prog, they like never shut up. They're like, oh yeah, world peace is good, but have you ever heard of you know, YYZ by Yes? And then I actually like I lived well in a house with a lot of people, but one of my housemates was like really into prog, and he played a bunch of it, and I was like, you know what? Actually, you're right. This is sick. Who needs world peace, man? When you got Siberian Katru. But one of the things I like about Yes is the fact that the songs are so epic. They're like, you know, like 15 minutes long. And you'd think that they would be about something ridiculous, like the Crimean War or something like that. But I'm pretty sure that Roundabout by Yes is about, like, going to your cottage. I don't I don't know, like, I don't listen to the lyrics too much, because, you know, mostly you're in it for the love to see that blood there. But I'm pretty sure that it's about like maybe your kid gets lost in the woods on a trip to the cottage. I'm pretty sure that's that's what it's about. And you're like, man, that's not you know, that's not like an Iron Maiden song. I did say woods. I apologize. I would expect the ratio of word wrong to go like sky freaking high soon. Cause like when you YouTube, there's like a little dead air, but on stream sometimes there's like you know, you're going a mile a minute, you're reading simultaneously, like your brain glycogen is gonna hit like an all-time low. I'm excited for it. Good excuse to start eating 4,500 calories a day. Well worth it there. But if chat disappears, yeah, am I gonna be unemployed soon? What's wrong with Twitch? Like, there's been like 4 days in a row from Wednesday until Saturday that Twitch has like substantially broken every single day. When it happens like now and then, oh my Lanta, dude. You don't get too beaten up over it? When it happens like 4 days in a row, you're like, is Twitch okay? I'm a little scared. It's not the way I intended for that to go. You know, you just don't get it, do you, Scott? Just jump on it? You know what? Not a bad idea. Dude, I hope Twitch... Oh, we were so close to angering the shopkeeper. I hope Twitch doesn't go out of business for, like, a multitude of different reasons. But one of them is, like, I really don't want to start streaming on Facebook. Have you ever... this is one of those things where you're like, I shouldn't even say it, because, like, who knows what the future holds? But, like, have you ever been to a stream on Facebook? Like, when content creators were starting to sign there, I went over it just to see, like, what it's like. And I was just kind of like... Ooh. Like, not to be, like, super rude, but people are, like, using their real names to comment on the stream. That's so embarrassing, dude. Like, aren't you just ashamed of half the stuff you write? I mean, if you choose your real name as, like, your alias, that's fine. But, like, being forced to use your real name... You know, previously, I probably would have been like, that owns, you probably get a lot less trolls. But now I'm like, nah, you just get trolls that are, like, unashamed. If you thought using your real name on Facebook would dissuade people from sharing their opinions, you have not been on Facebook lately. People really out there on Facebook right now going like, it's amazing how the virus went away when Biden won the election. You're like, what? First off, it didn't. Secondly, there's more countries in the world than the United States of America. I'm sure over in, like, you know, Malaysia right now, they're like, oh, Biden finally won, now we can stop pretending there's a virus. Anyway, that's, you know, that's my thoughts on that subject. Spelunky is so large on Twitch compared to YouTube? You mean like the video frame is large? Or like the viewership? Like, there's a lot of great Spelunky 2 players on the old Twitch TV. We've done it. Physically it's a larger video player. Okay. You can always put YouTube into theater mode. Cinematic mode. Christopher Nolan mode. How does it feel being the world's youngest boomer? The way I would answer this question is it feels fine. I think... Am I the world's youngest boomer? No, because there's like... You see all sorts of people, like, they got their, like, 12-year-old kid wearing, like, you know, a suit and tie and stuff like that to do YouTube videos, and you're like, that's, like, the world's youngest boomer. Anytime you see, like, a 14-year-old kid have an opinion on taxes, you're like, come on, man. What do you mean, like, the only tax you're paying is the dad tax, where when, like, you get some french fries, your dad's like, I get a third of them. I was laughing. I don't want to, again, like, I apologize. It's about economics, but, you know, I'm on this, like, Canadian investing Discord, and as you might expect from a group of people on the internet who are, you know, their hobby is investing, they have very strong opinions about tax law. But they also, like, some of them will make posts that are, like, you know, rate my portfolio, and their portfolio's, like, you know, $5,000. You know, it's not like, I'm not saying that's not a decent chunk of change, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's at the level where you should be like, you know, this is why so many people are moving to the Cayman Islands. And I'm like, they don't care about you. Like, you're not even like a blip on the radar yet. Anyway. Like, yeah, I mean, it's not chump change to the individual, but like the tax you pay on it is kind of like, you're really gonna like let the capital gains tax you would pay on like $1,000 of gains be like all of a sudden, I think taxes are like criminal now. If you believed that before, then I guess I applaud you for sticking to your principles, but anyway, what was I talking about before? Oh, being the world's youngest boomer. Well, so you know, I probably earned like a lot of fans from what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna lose them, or with what I just said, but I'm gonna lose them right now. Because I really feel like the only reason that I appear to be the world's youngest boomer is because of the fact that a lot of people in my generation are kind of like artificially still infantilized. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with being, you know, 32 years old with a kid and then talking about like boomer stuff. Like, when my dad was 32, I was like 9. And I remember him talking about boomer stuff all the time. And I wasn't like, wow, Dad, you're so old. Do you, like, care about my college fund? I was like, you know, thanks, Dad, for keeping the food on the table, even if it is those canned little round potatoes that I don't fully understand the existence of. Care about my can opener. Exactly. My dad was like, you can't eat until you can figure out how to use this. Hold on. We don't have a ton of money. We also don't have a ton of items. I'm a big, is there climbers? No climbers. I'm a big climber spring shoe guy. I will admit, by the way, I wish there was a better word than infantilized. Because it's like, someone was like, that's a pretty rude way to put it. I was like, yeah, that's true. I mean, instead of saying infantilized, I guess what we could say is, because I don't even really mean immature, just like, especially like the economic reality of the situation is that most of the people my age are not in the same place that their parents were when their parents were that age. And to be honest with you, like, it's largely something that they had no control over. That being said, if they had just bought Dogecoin like I told them to... Can I afford you? I can afford you. Let's take it. So maybe, like, I don't know. Here's the thing. The only reason I guess I say infantilized is because of the fact that, you know, boomer is kind of... It comes as a pejorative in and of itself. If you wanted to be nice about it, you would just say mature. But instead, you said boomer. So then I came at you with the overhead smash, and I apologize, because we should endeavor to find more of a middle ground. But I think, you know, if you're young, and you know... Well, let's say, like, if you're my age, and you enjoy things that typically are more associated with maybe a group of people that's a little bit younger, you don't have to become a boomer. You know, you don't have to start caring about interest rates and, you know, fuel economy and stuff like that. But I think I've always kind of been 100 years old. Like, I've always been like a 55-year-old guy in like a 16-year-old kid's body. So the fact that now I'm a little bit older means I no longer have to pretend to be into cool stuff like, you know, Beyblades and stuff like that. Instead, I get to be like, hey, did you see the news out of Suncor this weekend? Crazy. I get to embrace the person that I think to some extent I've always been. Let it rip. Dude, I had no idea Beyblades were still popular, by the way. They are? Dude, I see ads for them on TV. When I was watching, like, Home Alone 2 was on the Kids Entertainment Network when I watched it. There's so many ads for Beyblades. I was even a little too old for Beyblades, though. Like, my only story that I have in relation to Beyblades is, like, I think it was, like, 9th grade. I went to my friend's birthday party. Dude, I'm so, like, lost. I didn't know we were on 2-4. Oh, we got all these guys, though. But anyway... I went to her birthday party, and, like, her kid brother was there, who was, like, 11, maybe. And we were, like, 14, so we were way cooler. And, he just kept using, like, the Beyblade. He would, like, rip the cord out of it, and then he would go up to people and just, like, push the Beyblade against their arm. So it would leave, like, a red mark. That's my only... Like, when I think of Beyblades, the only thing I can think of is, like, it conjures a feeling of, like, a friction burn on my arm. Like, I can still feel it on my forearm right now. This is how it reminds me. Never let it rip a Beyblades. Cut more from a Pog generation. Got a fingerprint slammer. Milk caps are gonna get pure annihilation. This is how you remind me. Whatever happened to Nickelback, man? It's messed up how they just like completely disappeared after that song came out. Ah! He divorced Avril? Did he divorce Avril or did they get a divorce? You know what I mean? Either, what do I care? Don't answer that question. Nobody cares. I have one Chad Kroeger and Avril Lavigne story, which is that when I bought Kate's engagement ring, the cashier tried to like weird flex. She was like, you know, like she must have told the story for like 2 months, but she was like 2 months ago, like in October, Chad Kroeger came in here and bought like a $20,000 engagement ring for Avril Lavigne. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But it also was not like a super fancy jewelry place. I was like, Chad Kroeger's shopping for engagement rings at like the same place that I'm shopping for engagement rings? Like he must be kind of cheap. Because he's got to be worth like at least dozens of millions of dollars. And at the time, I was not. I don't know if, yeah, is it like an old salesman's technique where she was like, you know, she expected me to be like, I'll take the one that he got. All right, hold on. Tomo wants to enter the dungeon here. Okay. We're okay. Let me. Come on. Welcome, buddy. Hello. You want to hear a cute Tomo story? I always thought that that when Tomo left my office, he just got some water and then came back. But Kate told me yesterday that he always he drinks water and then he goes upstairs to check and make sure everything's all right. He does like a patrol of the upstairs to make sure everything's okay. And then he comes back. It's very sweet, right? It's like he's doing a little patrol to make sure, you know, everything's safe. What does Ruka do? He sleeps all day. At night he goes crazy though. Ruka is also a good boy. You're not wrong. You guys doing okay with the baby? Yeah, it's been, I mean, honestly, like first off, I mean, it's kind of like a weird energy to be like, there's nothing to complain about, because like, you know, I mean, I think that with the baby, there's stuff to kind of complain about, but also you don't want to describe it as complaining, because it's like, what'd you expect, right? Like, you know what you're getting yourself into. But like, I think we honestly have like very limited baby problems. She's sleeping super well. Like, she sleeps probably on average, I would say, from like 11 p.m. until like 8 a.m., which is just nuts. Now, the caveat is that she does, I don't know if she requires more maintenance than the average baby during the day, but she is kind of a needy baby during the day. But I think it's a pretty fair trade. Bro, I mean, this is a pretty thin margin here. We're gonna have to bust this open a little bit. Is it harder than having 2 cats? Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's like 100 times harder than having 2 cats, for sure. Like, it's not even close. Hey, yeah, past a certain point, cats are like... They're like adult humans. They're like, as long as I have food and like a place to use the litter box, like for the most part, things are just pretty copacetic, right? Yo, I did not see that Sips is having another kid. That's wild. So I've told this story many times. But there is the friend of mine who I was originally going to move in with in 2012. But then, like, after we signed the lease, he was like, hey, my girlfriend just told me I'm pregnant. So, like, are we still on to live in that place? Like, you, me, his girlfriend, and the, like, literally infant child? And I was like, no. But anyway, he had another kid after that. So he has 2, and he's having another one this year, and he says they might have 1 more. I'm like, man, that's crazy. 4 kids. It's a lot in the modern day. 3 is kind of a lot in the modern day. 1 is kind of a lot in the modern day. I'm 1 of 7? That's wild, man. 1 of 6? I'm 1 of 1. I am, inimitable. If I were a Pokemon card, I would go for a lot of money right now. 1 of 1. Unless I was like one of those ones that's like, 1 of 1 Voltorb. You're like, signed Voltorb? Come on, man. One of 1 rare Ultra Moron. Rude, but also funny, so I'll allow it. I don't mind being made fun of as long as it's humorous. A lot of people think that, like, Twitch streamers, YouTubers are oversensitive. I very much disagree. At least for me, I'm like, I just, like, if people made fun of me but were funny, it would drag on me a lot less. But instead, people just type, like, you're dumb, but it's like, you know, Y-O-U-R-D-U-M-M, and you're like, oh, come on, man. If they were like, you know, this guy is so bald, he makes Stanley Tucci look like, Rapunzel. I'd be like, yo, you, oh, jeez. You got me pretty good with that one. Every joke is just some variation on that for me, by the way. This guy's so bald, he makes Telly Savalas look like Samson. You're a moron, get a Brian. I've seen that image. I've seen that image. The rare biblical bald joke. Dude, I keep thinking like I'm smart, and then I take those Jeopardy, like, audition tests, and then they never get back to me. So I must actually be stupid. The areas that I need improvement on, definitely, like, European royal lines is a huge one. I only know, like, if they haven't made a movie that is very popular about an English monarch, I don't know them. So I know, like, Queen Anne, Queen Elizabeth I and II, Queen Victoria, and then, like, King George III. And that's fucking it. I got nothing else. And God help you, if they ask a question about, like, French royalty, I have no clue. I'm like, I know there's a lot of Louis, and I think there's a couple Phillips, but I got nothing. That's all I got. What about the Dutch? I know William of Orange, and wasn't he married to? He was married to either Queen Anne or Queen Mary. I can't remember. Something like that. Habsburgs? I know of them. I know they're important. What about Lithuanian royalty? I mean, look, come on, man. Like, don't ask questions you already know the answer to. That was a great jump. I'm not saying Lithuanian royalty, you know, is not important to know, maybe. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's about... Lithuanian royalty to a Canadian is about as important as, like, knowing a history of Canadian prime ministers as a Lithuanian. Which is to say, you know, it might help you understand a little bit about, like, you know, the world that we're living in here, but, you know, you gotta pick your battles. This could be an Ankh skip, which would be nice. You know the Italian royal line? Not at all. There's a line of... There's a country whose royals are Isabels, and then there's a country whose royals are Sophias, and then there's a Louis, and there's a... You know, there's your King Georges and so on. But then after that, I'm like, I'm toast. I got nothing. Yeah, which one's the Queen's Gambit? No gloves, man. No gloves. I'm actually, like, kind of tempted. Just because the present may have a good chance to have, like, gloves in it. Where's Big Daddy? There's Big Daddy. Ever think about how strong you gotta be to survive, like, a bomb to your dorsal fin? It's pretty crazy. Frick. Refraction. Alright, we got a camera. Freeze ray. Not what I was looking for, to be fair, but... Well done. Gloves, please. Well worth it, as usual. Anyway, I thought I had something to say. It wasn't important, but it was funny. Which I guess makes it very important. I don't remember what it was. Whatever. Oh, yeah. I need... Oh, no. Oh, no. We're still alive. Maybe we won't do the Ankh skip. I don't know. We'll see. I need to get smarter if I'm gonna go on Jeopardy, man. The ghost is coming! The ghost is coming! Thank you for not falling in the water. That's all I got. Ooh. It's alright, we gambled out on the casino, so we know we're gonna get a Kapala. We just need to live till Neo-Babylon. Always love to see more bombs. Don't get me wrong. I still have precisely no memory of where you leave the sword. I think you leave it closer to the bottom because you gotta get out. Yeah, like maybe right around here. Dude, I should do an IQ test on stream. But I just want to make sure it's one of those IQ tests where it's like, you're absolutely guaranteed to get like a 200 score. One of those ones that's like, you know, 85% of kindergarten students can answer this, but 0% of adults. I told Dan, by the way, like... Maybe a touch spooky here. If you watch Dan's stream, and he does more non-gaming content, this week, You can blame me. Because we share, like, inside baseball stuff all the time. And I was like, Dan, check it out. So I've been talking to him for a while about, like, you know, streaming games is over. The real secret now is streaming, like, BuzzFeed personality tests, right? Hold on. I think we want to be here. And he didn't reply, which happens all the time, because, you know, he's a busy man. Man, we are, like, very tight on time, too. Anyway. Dude, we don't have climbing gloves either. How are we gonna do this? We gotta, like, jump, throw a rope, and run ASAP. We tried. Anyway. Why not try, right? That's a tough one with no gloves. Well, there is one reason why not to try. We did spend, like, a lot of bombs. But we got a lot of bombs, too, so no big deal. Still pretty good. But I showed Dan, like, the YouTube analytics for the non-gaming content recently, and it's like, it makes you feel so stupid. You're like, why the hell am I, like, recording Isaac episodes? I'm not trying to be anti-Isaac. I recorded an Isaac episode this very morning. But you're like, I'm spending like 45 minutes recording an Isaac episode. And, you know, it gets maybe like 30,000 views. It's not bad. I'm happy to have it. But then I, like, take a 5-minute personality test or something on Sporkle. And then push the VOD to YouTube. And you know, you just look at the graph, and the graph is, like, exploding. Like, YouTube is so, not the people necessarily, but the analytics end of YouTube is just, like, feeding you dopamine, like, out of control. Wow, amazing! This video is, whoa! It's pogging out of control! And you're putting, like, rocket ship emojis and stuff. Gold? Ooh, simple gold eye. Obviously, like, there needs to be a balance. But, like, even, like, with the way we've been rolling it, it's still, like, I mean, we're doing, like, at least 80% gaming content. And honestly, the Sporkle stuff is gaming content, too, right? Would you push the button? Those are games. It's just kind of, like, slightly different games, but still. So, Dan tweeted me and was like, you know, should I push the button this week? And I was like, yeah. Because even still, like, I want to watch it. I want to not wash. Well, it depends how dirty he is. But I want to watch Dan push the button. I want to see how his unique brand of idiosyncrasy handles some of those foibles. You know what I mean? This must be Waddler. Like, I really... fine, I'll do it. We don't have the cognitive capacity to lead. Okay, fine, we'll do it. Literally directly above. Okay. Sorry, Monty. Oh, it's like... bang on. You had no chance. You don't get gloves, right? You get boots and the compass. I don't care for that. I will take Monty with me just in case there's an altar. Dead Monty's still pretty good for favor. Cape is OP down here. Yeah, how's this for your freaking ice caves? Free hair plugs with no downside or stay bald. You know what? That's an interesting it's an interesting thought experiment. Like, I'm very pro baldness. There's a, I mean, it suits me for one. And like, my hair always sucked to begin with. So there's that. And it's extremely convenient. Like, the only maintenance you have to do when you're bald is you gotta, like, you know, shave now and then. Not a big deal, right? But free hair plugs with no downside? I mean, we're talking literally no downside. No recovery time from the surgery, just like would have hair, and then still have the option to shave it off now? I don't know. I don't see, like, you've concocted this in such a way where there's no reason not to. But I also sort of see it as, like, there's no reason to. So I'm torn. It's not like a pride thing. It's not like, oh, because I'm bald now, like I'm, you know, ride or die bald till the end. I'm just like, what a screwed up Neo-Babylon here, by the way. I don't know, like, I applaud you because it's a tough question. Let's put it that way. Like, here's something a lot of bald people won't say because there's like a lot of ego tied up in the world of baldness. For some guys, hair plugs are the right choice if you got the means. I think more guys probably think they don't work bald than it. Like, literally every guy is like, I got a weird head. Yeah, okay, everybody's got a weird fucking head. I got a weird head. People always tell me, like, you got the right head for baldness. Even still, my head is weird. I got, like, I got a little lump on the back from, like, I got a needle in my head as a baby, like, the day I was born. I got, like, a little, kind of like a ridge at the top. Like, everybody's got a weird head, man. Lamasu. I tried to jump it. What was I thinking? Lamasu. Why am I over here? Lamasu. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, if you're one of those... freaking Monty, dude. If you're one of those guys who's like, I wouldn't work bald because my head is weird, that's a non-answer. Because, like, it's actually fairly plausible that, you know, because everybody's head is kind of weird, you would actually look totally normal bald. So I refuse to take that as an acceptable answer. But I definitely think there are some guys for whom, you know, plugs work a little better. I'm not going to say that everybody looks better bald. Just looking for the Ushabti. Just a simple trip to look for the Ushabti. I don't think we're getting Monty here, let's be honest. Or we're getting the Kapala, I should say. Simple, gold... something. Simple gold eye. Okay, simple gold eye. I hate these elevators, man. Simple, I see it, I see it. We don't even need to risk the elevators very much. It's right there. Simple gold eye. Look at that. I thought it was gonna get crushed, dude. I was so sure it was gonna get crushed. Okay. Elevators don't crush going up. Yeah, and you know, like the plane that you're on probably isn't gonna crash, but on the other hand, you know what I mean? Like, what if, dude? Okay, this is huge. This is where we can start to build this run, man. Like, it's a little late, but there's like 8 HP. I just heard an enormous Uba, by the way. I just heard an enormous explosion. I'm gonna hope that Chi-Lin is not dead. Still chilling. Love to see it. Alright, now let's try to get Monty. Got a lot of, you know, random bodies, which is fine. breath. But really fishing for Monty on this one. Monty? I hear you, buddy. He's all the way down there. That's crazy. Remember when Neo Babylon was like impossible? Now it just is like just another day at the grocery store. It's like navigating the frozen food section. I almost jumped into the laser to dodge the rock. Now that would have been a new one. Donkey da donkey dunk, donkey da donkey dunk. Okay, very big, very big. We now have the possibility of success. This run has chances for greatness. Track record of consistency here is getting pretty good, by the way. I'm just gonna say it. We've been having some solid runs. It's a shop? Gloves? Spring shoes, you jerk. Going up. Okay, just chill. Just use your brain. Okay, look at that. Now, don't blow it here. I just wanted one little bit of blood. Then we leave Chi Lin to survive. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Alright, time to die on the sun challenge. As always. After this, by the way, we will pivot to some chess. We're gonna play. We're gonna do like YouTube style, like 10-minute games with analysis. So there will probably be a little bit lighter chat activity during that section, but it's so that I'm not using ghosting to defeat my opponents. Also, I've been getting like my ass beat in chess. Like, if you went to chess.com and you saw my results... No! I thought she was gonna be mad. If you saw my results from yesterday, you would be like, he was playing drunk. Not drunk. Just tilted. Like, me and Magnus, we're both in slumps right now. Is there a waddler here? There's a waddler, let's go. Okay, just be safe. We got plenty of time. 2 ropes. 2 ropes is bad. We don't need more than 2 ropes for the sun challenge. At least the way I play it. Now we chill. Dude, Excalibur is like, it's overpowered. It's so good. Who would have thought, like, a sword that can destroy everything in a single hit was this good? Look at that. Look at that! Who needs the top right, top left performance there? That was beautiful. Now we leave Excalibur behind. Don't forget the arrow. Very solid. Very, very solid performance there. Take 4 capes. I suppose that's one way you could do it. You could take 4 capes with you. Get the bow. No, honestly, I am not a believer. How am I gonna do this, dude? I'm not a believer in the clone gun method of gaming. This is not the way to do this. This is the way to do this. Like, I'm sure the clone game, the clone gun has some advantages for sure, but I much prefer using Excalibur on the turtle. That was a little close. I much prefer using Excalibur on the turtle than using, like, what is it, like 10 bombs and then 200 whips? No thank you, sir. No thank you. Now, mind you, getting like 80 bombs on the... on the Sun Challenge is pretty sweet. But we're just playing it slow here. We're just being smart. I did hear Monty over there. Wouldn't be the worst. At this point, we don't really, to be honest, we don't need the HP. If we die, we're very, very unlikely to die due to a loss of HP. We're likely to die due to sudden trauma, so. Okay, so we should have gotten the HP, but we lived. How did that happen, man? Now we're fairly likely to die due to an HP loss, but we're still alive, thankfully. A little bit scared of the bow, don't get me wrong. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. No reason to freak out. I see the bomb box, by the way. What I don't see is a good reason to grab it. 43 bombs already, pretty good. This might be a good time to get Monty. Maybe some blood as well. I'll take it. I'll take the break even. Okay. 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 Faster, faster, faster. This is a big swing for us right there. Bombs are your friend. Yeah, I did see the Repentance announcement. We actually watched the trailer on stream. It's just like there's a fairly limited amount of stuff to kind of like react to in the trailer, but I was very pogged up to see the release date for sure. It's not that I even messaged Sinvicta, and I was like, Poggy, like that's not too much time. We can make it. Okay, so this is like, it's a very doable Hundun fight. Wouldn't mind this frog getting destroyed. And you know what? Just so we're safe, like let's get that handled. Just kind of deposit the bow. I will be leaving now. That's not how that works. All right. I think I hit him. I think I hit him again. I think I hit him again. Ladies and gentlemen. What can I say? What can I say? We've done it again. It's the new monitor, dude. Oh, no. I mean, how could we not? Like, we gotta try. Temple Cosmic Ocean, though, is pretty, pretty minkus. Okay, so we know where the third one is. This is the curse. This is the curse of Bear's Temple. Yesterday, I was watching Bear. I must apologize. I had no idea that it was the daily challenge. He was, like, on the Olmec fight, and I just, like... I went, like, go to the temple, you won't. And then he said, fine, I'll do it. And then the temple was absolutely fucked. It was, like, a disaster of gaming. And it screwed up his whole daily, and I felt really bad because it was my bravado that sent him there. I mean, he's got free will as well, but oh, there's the jellyfish. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the cursed cat. I don't like that bee either. Does the tail of the jellyfish cause us harm? Do the chickens have large talons? Okay, so we know where the third one is. It's just down here. Oh my god. It's just down here, and then we're gonna fall through. We're gonna fall through the whole map. Smart. Pretty smart play. Alright. That's, dude, could have been worse. Could have been worse. There's one down. 1 of 99. And in all likelihood, it's not going to get too much harder than that. But in all likelihood, we're not going to get too much luckier than that either. I mean, I feel like we got no chance of getting to 799, obviously. But, like, you gotta run it, because, like, what if you did? This could be, like, career-making. Worth it. My dumb ass was like, dude, what if the black market's here? you gotta look for the blinks. Like, okay, I think we have to go into the mix here. We gotta go into the maze. The labyrinth. If they put the helmet in the game that I've been asking for years, where you got a helmet on and then the spikes don't shoot you down into the other spikes. Still. Great run. It was a great run regardless.